Hello and welcome. My name is Renee. I'm going to guide you through a 20-minute yin practice today. Let's start out by bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees open like butterflies. This pose helps open up the inner legs, even your lower back, your hips. And do know you can use pillows. Notice I have a pillow and a rolled up beach towel. So using props can help you feel much better in these poses so that you can hold them for a couple minutes. Breathe. We'll be here for about 2 more minutes. Yin Yoga is the practice of these long-held poses. Today, each pose we're only going to hold for 2 to 3 minutes at the most, so that we can get the most out of our 20-minute time together and find some relief from back pain, neck pain, stress, hips, whatever it is. This nice gentle yin practice. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, if you can go a little bit deeper, go a little bit deeper. If you don't have pillows and a rolled up beach towel handy, pause the video and go grab some, and then start over again. If you can bring your chin to your chest, go ahead and let your chin fall down towards your chest. Getting a little rounding through the back of your neck. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Even relax the soft spot between your eyebrows. Take a few deep breaths. Breathing is a big part of getting relief. It's a big part of yoga. Some people think that yoga is all about these postures that you post on Instagram and Facebook. But if the only thing you get out of this short 20-minute practice today is a deeper awareness of your breath, you've done yoga today. About 3 more long, deep breaths here. Nice. With an inhale, start to sit upright. Finding our way into a pose called Sphinx pose. Move your pillows and your props out of the way. And then as you come into, you're going to come to lying down on your belly. Unless for some reason you have a contraindication like pregnancy, obviously you don't want to lay on your belly. Or any other good reasons. But when you're in Sphinx, the forearms are to the floor. Your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, let your chin drop to your chest again. And hold this passive back bend. We'll be here about 2 minutes. Stay grounded through the elbows, forearms, and hands. And breathe. This is considered a passive back bend. However, if you have a lot going on in your spine, this might feel a little more intense than passive. Deepen your breath. For the next minute, pull your chin off your chest. Go ahead and gaze straight out in front of you. Try and lift your head out of your shoulders a little bit more. And breathe. Three more deep breaths. One more breath. As you gently start to let your chest Relax. Bring your hands back under your shoulders and press up to a tabletop. From tabletop, let's hold here for a moment, a little movement with cow and cat. Just simply drop your belly and inhale, gaze out in front of you. Then on an exhale, round your back and spine as you tuck chin to chest. Keep going here. Inhale, open your heart, drop your belly. And exhale, round your back. 3 more. Inhale. Two more. Keep your breath going with movement. Last one. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Gently finding your way out of your tabletop. We're going to take a standing posture, but it's just a forward fold. So as you start to tuck your toes under, allow yourself to hang. You can bring opposite hand to opposite elbow. Your feet are about hip width apart. And let your head hang heavy. Even a gentle nod of your head, yes and no, while you're here. About 3 more breaths. We're not here for long. Keep the knees bent. Resist wanting to lock out the knees. Locking out the knees will create more lower back pain. 1 more breath. And as best as you can, just take this into a low squat. If your knees will tolerate it, bring your booty all the way to the floor. If you need to put some props underneath you, you could even do a chair. So if you need to sit in a chair, sit in a chair. But what I want you to be able to do is just round over your thighs and hold. Sometimes I call this pose camping squat. Couple breaths here. Before we move on, go ahead and lift your head up high, sit up tall. And then back into our forward fold one more time. As you keep a bend in the knees, feel yourself round over your thighs. Can interlace opposite hand to opposite elbow. And let your head hang heavy. This pose creates space in your spine. When we're upright and walking all day, we start to get really decompressed into our spine. So allow your head to just hang heavy with even a slow nod, yes and no. Resist shaking your head. It's just a gentle movement of the neck. 2 more breaths. Nice. Now as you start to work your way back down onto the floor, we're going to utilize the wall for a figure 4 stretch. So as I turn towards the wall, I'm going to bring my pillow with me. Placing a pillow under my lower back. First, you need enough space between you and the wall to where your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. As you press into the wall, lift your hips, place the blanket or pillow under your tailbone. Then keeping the left foot to the wall, bring your right ankle to your left thigh. Holding here, this is what's called figure 4. And breathe. Some slight pressure to the right thigh if needed or desired. Keep your right foot flexed That means pulling your big toe back up towards your kneecap. This actually helps protect your knee. So if you have knee issues or you don't want knee issues, then keep your foot flexed like it's still standing on the floor. Close your eyes and breathe. With the pillow supporting your lower back, it creates a softening and a neutralization of the secondary curve in your spine. Breathe into the space where you feel this the most. Three more breaths. As you start to release your figure four on this side, place your right foot to the wall. And then take your left ankle to the right leg. Flex your left foot so the toes are pulling back towards your kneecap. A little bit of pressure with the left hand this time to open up the hips. You'll also feel this through your IT band. That's the outer hips, maybe your lower back and glutes. But again, to keep your knees safe, mindfully flex your foot like it's still standing on the floor. Having the muscles of the calf and the shin engaged protects your knees in a rotation like this. As you surrender, breathe. Maybe even some of the deepest breaths yet. As we hold these yin postures for 2 to 3 minutes, you start to notice the body does take a subtle change. If you ever have time to hold these postures longer, I always encourage you to. The beauty of Yin Yoga is the duration, and letting gravity help you surrender. 3 more breaths. As you gently start to bring your left foot back to the wall, you can pause for a moment. Maybe some gentle windshield wipers, let the thighs go side to side. All right, now for a little bit of a dragonfly up the wall, you might want to roll back up to seated. We got to get closer to the wall. So as you move your pillow right up to the wall, bring the pillow right up to the wall. Then as you lay back down, getting your sits bones as close to the wall as possible. At best, you can actually feel the sits bones make contact with the wall. Then open up for a straddle. I can go quite a ways, but don't feel like you need to open up this much. Your body will tell you when you're there. It'll tell you when it's at your max. So be gentle. Also, as you hold here, you'll start to notice that gravity allows your legs to open more. If this bothers your knees, be mindful of how you flex your feet. Pulling the toes back towards your kneecap again takes a lot of pressure out of the knees. And breathe. If you feel like the pillow you have isn't supporting your lower back well, you might need 2 pillows or a thicker pillow for this variation. Find a deep breath. Working into the hips is often the key to finding relief in the lower back. Spinal pain, hip pain, tight hamstrings, all of it is interconnected. And to find relief in one, you need to work with all of them. 3 more breaths. Gently start to use your hands to bring your legs together. From here, taking a bend in your knees, slowly working your way away from the wall. As you roll onto your side, pause for a breath. Let the blood flow back into your lower body. Then from here, gently press yourself up to seated. All we have left now is our Shavasana. If you'd still like to use a pillow or a prop for your Shavasana, my suggestion would be to put something underneath your knees. I'm going to opt for a rolled up towel. As I place this rolled up towel under my knees, and then surrender. To truly ground down, flip your palms to the ceiling. Wiggle your shoulder blades flatter to the mat. Couple of deep breaths, making the effort to find these deep breaths. And then start to settle into more of a resting breath. We have a couple minutes here to wrap up our 20-minute yin practice today. If you'd like to hold your Shavasana or any of these poses longer than we did, just simply use the pause button on your computer and stay as long as you'd like. As you relax your jaw, soften the space between your eyebrows. Let your arms feel heavy as they sink into the floor. Your legs relax as you let your feet open like a book. Letting the movement of your belly rise and fall be the only movement you find. And listen for the audible sound of your breath. As you take a moment, take a break from your thoughts. If you have more time today, I encourage you to stay in this Shavasana as long as you'd like. But to wrap up our 20 minutes, I leave you with, from the light in me to the light in each and every one of you. Honor your practice, honor your life, and honor finding time for yourself. Namaste.